Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Beanie Antics, and today we are going to be counting down the top 10 pitchers or starting pitchers currently available right now. Sorry about no video yesterday, guys. It was Easter. I just couldn't be fucked with. I had to go and do some family stuff, you know, do all that good stuff. But I'm going to try to record some gameplay today, but since I woke up kind of late, I had a late night last night. I don't think it'll be out till tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and play it and edit it up so that I can get it out early tomorrow and maybe get y'all 2 videos tomorrow. I know I've been kind of slacking on the videos lately, but and this is probably going to sound like a lie, but my mom actually got bit by a cottonmouth snake the other day. So I've been dealing with that too. That's been kind of an issue. It was kind of weird. We were out in the I live in Mississippi, right? So, there's a lot of like rural areas and everything. And we went out and we were fishing at a pond, and I was with her, and it was just me and her. We were just hanging out, you know, before Easter, and she got bit by a freaking cottonmouth. And we had to take her to the hospital and do all that stuff. It was pretty crazy, man. Luckily, it ended up being a dry bite. Like, her shoe kind of saved her. Like, she got bit in the foot. But not much, if any, venom, like, got in her at all. Like, so that was good. But anyways, I will have y'all some gameplay tomorrow, like, for sure. But anyways, let's get into the countdown. Okay, guys, this was really tough to do because there are a lot of really good usable pitchers, and this year left-handed pitchers have a lot more value than they did last year, so it adds in a whole new component to making one of these lists. But at number 10, I have Fergie Jenkins, and this card, I debated on leaving him out of the list completely because he's just kind of... He doesn't have anything that really overwhelms you, but there were a couple things that, you know, just let him kind of scratch into the list. One is the 99 walk per nine. No matter what interface you're using, this guy is going to be a lot easier to control than other guys. And his hit and K per nine aren't terrible. They're definitely usable. You know, generally I like to get at that 155 combined hit and K per nine. And I think, what's he at? 157. So he barely hits that mark. And he doesn't throw extraordinarily hard. And he has good break, but not great break. And he doesn't have a changeup. But that fork ball, I faced him one time. And that fork ball kind of threw me off a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what the fork ball does. Other than, I don't know, it just has like a minimal amount of break, but it's just enough to kind of screw with your head a little bit. Coming in at number 9 is the Flashback 2014 Hardware Corey Kluber. And I really like this card, and I really thought about putting him up higher on the list. The only reason I didn't is because he is awfully similar to his live series version. His live series version is also really, really good, and there's almost an argument that can be made that his live series version is better because he has the slider instead of the curveball. But I decided to go with the Flashback just because his K per nine is a little better, his walk per nine and control are a little bit better. I don't know, he's just a little bit better on almost everything. Coming in at number 8 is another guy that I really debated whether or not I wanted to put him on here. He kind of, a lot like the Fergie Jenkins, he doesn't have anything extraordinary, but because he has like this one thing that you don't see a lot, he gets a place on the list. And that's Juan Marichal, the 1963-97 version of Juan Marichal. He has good hit per nine, good K per nine, good walk per nine. So you're not really worried about him in that facet. He doesn't throw that hard, and his break isn't extraordinary, but he has a really good five pitch mix, and he also has that screwball, and the screwball is his 5th pitch. It's not going to be as effective as maybe I think it's Warren Spahn, the other guy that has the screwball, and also Phil Necro, but it's not going to be as effective as their screwballs, but he has one, and it's not something that you see every day, so you can really take advantage of that to get other pitchers, to get your opponents off balance, and they're going to have a tough time adjusting to it. I don't think this is a guy that you're going to be able to go more than like 5 or 6 innings with, but I think for the first like time or two through a lineup, he can be really, really effective if you utilize that screwball well. Okay, and now for our first live series player, we have Clayton Kershaw coming in at number 7. And there are a few more live series players than there were for the position players. And Clayton, a lot of people would want me to put him at maybe even number 1 on the list, but I just can't get there. Maybe if he still had a sinker, I could think about it, but I don't know. He just doesn't do it for me as much this year, even though he's a lefty and lefties have a lot more value this year. His per nines are great. I mean, 93, 94, 93, that's about as good as you can ask for. He has insane break on all 4 pitches. On all 3 of his secondary pitches. He just doesn't throw hard enough. He's going to sit probably 93 to 94 for you, which is good, and that can get the job done with really good off-speed stuff. And he does have maybe the best off-speed stuff in the game, but I don't know, he's just not as hard to pick up as other guys. Okay, now this is the biggest surprise to me because this guy just got up on the inventory like today, and I just noticed him today whenever I was making this list, and man, he looks nasty, and if he had a changeup, I think he'd probably be the best pitcher in the game, but it's 99 Bob Feller. This card is disgusting. He has amazing per nines, the 87, 96. That's more than enough to get the job done. That's exactly what you want. His walk per nine isn't terrible. 54 with 68 control. That'll get the job done. That's fine. We don't really care that much about home run per nine or clutch. But he has 87 velocity with 90 break. This guy is going to be throwing gas. He's going to have a good curveball and a good slider. Against righties, this guy is going to be hell on the competition. Against lefties, you're probably going to have to get kind of creative because he does lack that changeup. If he had that changeup, man, golly, why couldn't Bob Feller throw one changeup in his career so they could give him that pitch? Because if he had it, he would be just a stunningly good pitcher. Okay, coming in at number 5 is a pitcher, and this kind of sucks that you just kind of have to get lucky with this guy because this guy is wicked, and that is the 92 Chris Archer. The only way that you can get this card is if you get lucky with your Diamond Starter mission. If once you complete that mission, you get a pack with a Diamond player in it, and I think there's like a pool of 4 or 5 players that you can get, and Chris Archer is one of them. I think another one is like AJ Pollock, and a couple more, but in my opinion, this guy is by far the one that you want to get. He's the best one out of the bunch, and he is just nasty. His per nines are great. His walk per nine is serviceable. He has 86 velocity with 99 break. He has a wicked slider, just maybe one of the best sliders in the game. He has 4 good pitches. I mean, the two-seam you probably aren't going to use much, so really a 3-pitch mix of a four-seam slider and changeup. If I had to pick 3 pitches that I wanted for my pitcher, I may change that 4-seam to a sinker, but this would basically be it. And, I mean, he throws hard. He's going to be touching 97 for you, maybe even 98, who knows. And his secondary stuff is just going to be wicked. This card definitely deserves a spot in the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is Vitae Blue. And man, do I love this card. I really do. In every conceivable way, I love this card. He has 94 hit per nine, 89 K per nine, 71 walk per nine. So his per nines are great across the board. He's a lefty, and not only is he a lefty, he's a lefty that throws gas. Like, he's gonna definitely be sitting 95 to 96, maybe even up to 97 with that 82 velocity. He's got a curveball and a changeup as his secondaries. I really wish that was a slider, but it's okay. A curveball can work for a lefty if you really know how to use it, and he's got good break on it. And his changeup is going to be excellent too. So this 99 Vita Blue, I think is definitely worth it. I think he's like the second player that you get in the Dynasty tab, maybe the third. I think Lou Brock is the first. And once you start really racking up those Dynasty missions for the Dynasty program and you get this card, I think you're going to be really, really happy with him. And I don't think he's going to be a guy that you're going to want to take out of your rotation at least anytime soon. Okay, and now we're starting to get into some more live series players. Here's the 92 Jake Arrieta coming in at number 3. Not a lot has changed from last year. This card is just filthy in every conceivable way. His primary pitch, that sinker, will have opponents' head spinning for days. The sinker is still the epitome of a dominant pitch in this game. Like the cutter in 2015, like the sinker last year, the sinker is still the best pitch in this game this year. And he has maybe the best sinker in the game. It's just absolutely filthy. Plus, he has 91 hit per 9 and 76 K per 9 to go with it. He has 96 break on that slider. He has good break on the 12-6. He has a good changeup. He has a 4-seam if you ever want to throw that. I mean, this guy is the total package. Once again, not a lot's changed from last year. I think a lot of people got kind of fatigued of this card. Like, they kind of started to underrate it last year because they just saw it all the time. But they saw it for good reason. This card is unbelievable. This card is in my opinion the second best pitcher in the game. I mean, he throws absolute Ched. He's going to hit 100 for you every now and then. He's going to sit 98 to 99, and he's got a sinker that he throws hard as hell. He's got good secondary stuff, kind of like Arrieta. His slider can get a little cuttery. I don't know if that's a word. A little cutterish sometimes. And his changeup, he throws his changeup pretty hard. I think last year he had a circle changeup. It's interesting that they changed it to a straight change this year. And he's also got a curveball if you ever want to throw that. But this guy just throws so hard. His delivery makes him seem like even more dominant than he really is. Like, there are a couple pitchers that have that velocity, but they also have something about the way they throw it that makes the ball feel heavy coming out of their hands. And in my opinion, Syndergaard is one of those guys, kind of like Dellin Betances is too. Like, the ball just kind of feels heavy when you hit it. I don't know what it is about it. But his per 9s aren't the best. Like, he has 72 hit per 9, 85 K per 9. That's good. But I really think this is going to be a guy that could go up in the hit per 9 department, maybe even in the K per 9 department. And if he does, be prepared to face this guy a ton, because you're probably going to be. I mean, this guy is just filthy in every conceivable way. And coming in at number 1, a bit of a surprise, not that high of an overall, but definitely a top 3 pitcher, in my opinion, the number 1 pitcher. And that is the 92 overall Nolan Ryan. Guys, I have no idea how this pitcher is a 92 overall. It's basically because in the things that don't matter, he is not as good. Home run per 9 doesn't matter at all. Clutch matters very little, if any at all. Walk per 9 you can get around using, being good at pure analog pitching. And control, I don't think matters much at all. It matters maybe a little bit. But let's talk about the stuff that does matter. 96 hit per 9, 97 K per 9. If you're playing on Hall of Fame, good luck trying to get a big PCI versus this guy. Your PCI is going to be the size of a freaking raisin, man. Like, this guy, I don't know if I've seen better per 9s than 96, 97. I think this is even better than Kershaw's. And and he has 95 stamina. He's going to be able to, go. That doesn't really matter that much to me. Anyway, it may matter to you. I don't really know. But he has 97 velocity and 97 break. I mean, this guy is going to be throwing 100 consistently. And we all know we've dealt with that freaking changeup, man. That changeup just floats in there. It just kind of flutters. In there. And man, it can really screw you up as a hitter. Like, I've seen this Nolan Ryan card face guys and guys that are great hitters, and they will start slumping after facing this Nolan Ryan just because his fastball changeup combo was just so lethal that it screwed up their timing, and they either start swinging way too early in games like later on, like after they face Nolan Ryan, or they start swinging and they're late on everything. But I do understand that, he doesn't, the knocks against him, he doesn't have a sinker and he doesn't have a slider. If he had both of those pitches, he would be basically the god of MLB The Show. He would be borderline unhittable. If he just had one of them, he'd be, I think, no doubt, the number one pitcher. And yeah, that's the number one pitcher in MLB The Show 17 as of right now. This is all subject to change. They are going to be coming out with new players later in the year, and when they do that, I reserve the right to come back and do another one of these videos where I redo the top 10. And who knows, maybe even before then, I may change my mind on a few of these. But right now, this is my opinion on the top 10 hitters and the top 10 pitchers. I did the top 10 hitters a couple days ago. Go check that out if you haven't already. Anyways, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Definitely gameplay tomorrow. Retweet this video for a chance at an autographed Eric Hosmer jersey. I'm already over 300 subscribers. We're 0.3 of the way there to 1,000. And peace.